Hello everybody, ProtoFoxy coming back at you with another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at another Transformers review for you guys. And as you can see here, we have an old school Generation 1 toy. This is Generation 1 Cyclonus, one of my favorite characters from the 86 film. I do like all the Unicron based Decepticons. Now what we have here is actually a very high quality Chinese reproduction. It's not an official reissue toy, which when they first started making their way onto the market, they definitely caused a lot of discourse amongst Transformers fans. They thought that this was definitely not a way you do things as far as getting reissues out and this and that. I like it. I mean, it's, you spend your money on whatever. Yes, it's not an officially licensed Hasbro toy. Yes, it's very blatant that it is trying to disguise itself as such. But you take a look at it, and obviously you see on eBay auctions that, hey, this is a mint in-box, Generation 1 toy. And you just take a look and you know for a fact that this is definitely not a genuine article as far as being original. The packaging itself, which we will take a look at here in just a second, is you can tell. You can definitely tell that this is not an official reissue or genuine original G1 article. But for collectors such as myself, where I did not have the original Cyclonus, was never able to get a hold of it, and one of my favorite characters, I ponied up the $40, and I'm definitely not disappointed. There are a little bit of caveats with this toy here that we'll go into, as far as this being a Chinese reproduction. Little quality things here and there, but we'll get into that once we get into really reviewing the toy. But first, I actually want to take a look at the box, because this came in box. So we'll go ahead and take this box over here and go ahead and move Cyclonus out of the way. Get that out of there. You see my hairy arm in the way, blah, 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 blah. The box itself, quality is really good. Obviously, like I said, it's got Hasbro logos and such, so it's definitely meant to evoke it being an official product. The first tell that this is not official is the fact that it is on a blister on the inside of the box. No official Generation 1 Transformers toy ever did that. This is this is definitely a big tell there. But the box itself is done pretty well. Definitely classic G1 stuff there. Backside definitely has that classic art from post-movie. You got your tech specs, your robot points, all that stuff. Again, it's meant to evoke the official product, and yes, I can see where some people would definitely be fooled, but there's definite tells, obviously, saying that, hey, this is a genuine article G1 toy mint in box. Outside of being reputable collectors, let's not fool ourselves here. It is definitely not the genuine article, as I kind of adjust everything, because how are we going to see a genuine article mint in box G1 Transformers toy now 35 years after the fact looking this mint? And again, like I said, you see when you get pictures of it in box and you see on the blister, full well that that's not a genuine article. Even reissue toys now, and they've been reissuing G1 toys, they don't have that. It's more of an insert. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get a look at Cyclonus in his vehicle mode, and he is a futuristic front swept wing jet, one of my favorite vehicle modes. And this, the detail and such like that, just really good for a G1 toy. Feels really good in hand. The plastic quality on this is done really well, and as you can see, look at the bottom of this guy. We've got his head there. Visible head syndrome. You can see how things are going to work out. It is a Generation 1 toy, so Obviously, it's not going to be super complex. I did apply all the stickers on there, and the stickers are even really good quality. It definitely feels like not like old school Chinese knockoffs where they were like the paper stickers that flaked off and fell off, but just really good quality all around. Let's get in some vehicle size comparison, and now excuse the rough stickers. I'm in the process of cleaning this one off now. This is actually the genuine article Generation 1 Scourge. You can definitely see the stickers are worn as such, but that rub sign is still pretty good. Just definitely cleaning them up. I'm definitely going to get some repro labels here, and you can see that little flap's loose so his face comes out. But that is his partner as far as being the Unicron-based Decepticons here. Come on. And one thing about Cyclonus in vehicle mode, he does not like to sit normally, but you get a good look at these guys together, and they look damn good together, and they're supposed to because they were partners from the movie. Let's move over just a little bit here. Get these guys in frame. But, yeah, you can definitely see that they are meant to look good together because they are partners. And just looking really good. He's going to get cleaned up and repro labeled real soon, and then he's going to look better. And I do even have his gun when we get into the robot mode stuff. But he was packed away. If you go back to my Studio Series 86 Scourge review, I mentioned that he was packed away. But, blah, 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 that. We're going to go ahead and get down into transformation. Alright, so for transformation here is pretty easy. We're going to go ahead and start here by just untabbing the wings and kind of folding them back like this. And now I will say something about the arms here is these actually do pop off. They're just held in place by friction, but a really nice way of not breaking the toy. But you go ahead and shift these up, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold out the forearms. Go ahead, there we go, and turn them. Let's do this first here because this is really kind of funky the way this works. Alright, so we're going to take the wing, fold it back, make sure it's in place, and then we can go ahead and rotate the arm. And I'm starting from the back side here to do maybe a dramatic reveal of Cyclonus in robot mode, but same story here. And again, now with this, and I mentioned there were some caveats for quality on this Chinese reissue, and as you can see, like the seam, it doesn't set completely closed there. And while this is definitely done really well quality wise, some of the plastic as you're transforming it, it doesn't feel, I don't want to say brittle, it's solid, but you use excessive force and it may break, which is something you got to watch for. Go ahead and fold that down. Make sure, I always kind of like to do it this way here. No, that way. That's the way I like to do it. And go ahead and fold the legs down. They're on a hinge, which is pretty clever engineering. Snap into place. Go ahead and put the feet up. And that is Cyclonus. Let's lean him forward a bit so he doesn't fall forward. In his robot mode, his accessory here, his little rifle. I'll go ahead and plug that into his hand, and that completes the look. He's all armed up, good to go. Let's actually go ahead and do that again. And now this Chinese reissue here is actually based on the original, not the Target Master, so he doesn't have the 5mm port. He's got the original peg holes. Let's go ahead and get up close. Get a look at that face, and that's actually really good. Overall, as far as a G1 toy goes, because engineering back in the 80s was what it was, but this is impressive. And some people fold these flaps out. I leave them closed. I believe the directions actually tell you to fold the flaps out, but I leave them closed. But overall, the engineering on Generation 1 Cyclonus is done really well. I mean, very well articulated. You move the wings out like this, and he 360s. He has elbow articulation. Not real far, but enough. You can even turn his wrists if you need to. Let's get that back in place. He's got leg articulation. He can kick all the way forward. He can't kick all the way back unless you open the flap, and then he goes back that far. Go ahead and close that flap back up. He has knees due to transformation, but overall, it is impressive that how well this toy was engineered for '86, because you didn't see that often in the original Transformers line here, the original G1 Transformers line. So let's get him standing. One thing I will say is that he will not stand perfectly. It's a bit awkward, but it works. There we go. And now let's bring him in with his movie buddy partner here, Scourge. And again, like I said, he's getting cleaned up. He's getting repro labeled. But you can definitely see that G1 Scourge here has been well loved, you know, with the nicks in his paint and stuff like that. But I started cleaning up his shins, you know, the stickers and stuff. And he does have his rifle. I just don't have it down. He was packed away. Just couldn't come across a rifle in time for the review. But that team looks really good together. And as soon as Kingdom Galvatron gets released, I'm going to do, I don't want to say a retrospective review because I'm not going to do it as my traditional reviews, but it's going to be the Generation 1 team, and then you're going to have the Classics Generations releases where they were all done as updated deluxes. Then we're going to do the Prime Wars trilogy figures where you had the Combiner Wars Cyclonus, and then the Titans Returns Scourge and Galvatron, see how they all look together. And then, of course, the current crop Studio Series 86 Scourge, and then Kingdom Cyclonus and Galvatron. But that is that. That is G1 Cyclonus. And again, this is a Chinese reissue, so it's not official, but it does look official. You come across these all over. Different toy websites have them. And I actually scored this on eBay. Again, a cost-efficient alternative as long as you know what you're buying, and then if you go to maybe sell your collection or whatever down the line, as long as you're not being deceptive, this is more meant for your own personal collection, not to be resold, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. There are scumbaggy people out there that actually use them for nefarious purposes. I, however, knew what I was buying, knew what I was getting, and overall very happy with the results. And the fact that it's, you know, 2021, and I've got a reissue of a figure that they have not reissued, neither Hasbro or Takara, and with a mock-up original box, is just super cool. Do I recommend this? Yes, I do. But also with the caveat saying that know what you're buying, know that this is not official and it is done up to look official, so it can be very, very deceptive. But as long as you know what it is and you know what it's there for, it's definitely a great piece for your collection. So yes, I recommend it, but know what you're buying. Know that this is not official. This is not an official product. It is made to look official, but most people, and especially on eBay, where I got this off of, are selling it as such. They'll say right in the description that this is a Chinese reproduction. This is not official. They aren't being deceptive. But if you see something like this, and especially with that blister in the box, and then they say it's an official G1 product, you know full well they're being deceptive and scummy. Report them, get them off of eBay because they're being bad people. All that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe give it a like. If you liked it, maybe shoot a subscribe my way. I would greatly appreciate that. And I leave you all with this. Wash your hands. Wear your masks, whether or not you're vaxxed or not. Protect yourself. Protect the others around you. No political statements, just being a decent human being. Be kind to your fellow human beings, and I will see you in the next video.